Battle Through the Heavens, The Flame Emperor, Chapter 251, 12 Evil Soldiers in the Ghost World. With the appearance of these mysterious runes, a sky-piercing green light appeared in the space, and Xiaoyan could also clearly feel it. At this time, the extremely strong ghost energy on the woman in white in this space also avoided her. It seems that he is very afraid of the pure aura released from this soul-suppressing jade tablet. However, Xiaoyan didn't look at the mysterious runes around the soul-requieming jade monument, which were just some illusory things after all, but looked at his left hand. Shabu shabu. Because under the perception of Xiaoyan's huge soul power, after the jade tablet released sky-high light and transformed into many mysterious runes, it also dimmed, and then a stream of light also flew towards Xiaoyan's left hand. That stream of light just strung into Xiaoyan's palm. Xiaoyan also trembled as if he had been electrocuted. Moreover, in Xiaoyan's body, with the stream of light strung into his hand, Xiaoyan's huge soul power also swelled violently, as if encountering some fatal danger. Stop it for me. Xiaoyan was also immediately furious. This soul power was related to his own safety, so he had to treat it with dignity. As Xiaoyan tried his best to suppress, the violent soul power gradually subsided. It's just that in a place called Najing in the deepest part of Xiaoyan's body, a tiny flame seed also has an extremely terrifying power that is slowly awakening, but after Xiaoyan suppressed the violent soul power it is also fleetingly quiet. Xiaoyan was also shocked, obviously stunned by the sudden scene of this soul-suppressing jade tablet. If he hadn't had the power of both soul power and spiritual power, then he would not be able to cope with this violent soul power. Method. Obviously the change just now was caused by that stream of light, but it's alright now. After Xiaoyan wiped off a little sweat, Xiaoyan also came back to his senses. Then he looked at the jade tablet in front of him. At this time, the jade tablet seemed to have lost all its power. It was gray and dead. Damn it! What's in this soul-suppressing jade tablet? Xiaoyan felt the soul-suppressing jade tablet turned to ashes, and he also understood that the soul-suppressing jade tablet was no different from ordinary stones at this time. But where did the things in it go? The palm of your hand. Xiaoyan also suddenly remembered. Xiaoyan raised his palm, and at this moment, a rather mysterious pattern appeared on the center of Xiaoyan's originally white left hand. What is this? Xiaoyan also looked at it curiously. Xiaoyan held a rather mysterious rune in his hand. The pattern was exactly an inch-long jade rune, but the two ancient words Soul Eater were clearly displayed on it. At the moment when this rune appeared, Xiaoyan also vaguely discovered that the ghost energy in the entire space was also dispersed invariably. Obviously, he was very afraid of the rune in Xiaoyan's palm. The jade talisman in Xiaoyan's palm shone with emerald green light, just like it was engraved on Xiaoyan's palm, very vivid. This is Soul Eater Talisman. Above Xiaoyan's head, there was also the shocking sound of his master, the Golden Dragon King. After the Golden Dragon King finished speaking, he also stepped down from the Nine-Soul Monument and came to Xiaoyan, and then stared at the mysterious green rune in Xiaoyan's palm. Master, this is? Xiaoyan also questioned. But the only thing I could feel was that this emerald green rune, which was deeply imprinted on Xiaoyan's palm, exuded an extremely terrifying aura. The aura is eerie, and it seems to have the exact same nature as a ghost. This made Xiaoyan the most surprised. Xiaoyan knows the terrifying level of this ghost chi, but if he is careless, don't panic, this rune is a good thing. The Golden Dragon King also said with a smile looking at the rune in Xiaoyan's palm. This rune in your hand, if I guess correctly, should be the ghost soldier in the ghost world, the Soul Eater Talisman. The deep voice of the Golden Dragon King also echoed in this space. Yes, this thing is the Soul Eater Talisman. There was also the voice of the Nine-Soul Monument in the space. I didn't expect to meet it here. It seems that you have a good relationship with it, Xiaoyan. The Golden Dragon King said with emotion. Since this is the choice of the soul-suppressing Jade Tablet, then I won't interfere. Jade Tablet shook its head and said, the rest is up to you. I have to deal with the twin ghost emperors. After the Nine Souls Monument finished speaking, it also ignored Xiaoyan, and then looked at the woman in white who was constantly surrounded by ghosts in midair. Yeah, the Golden Dragon King said, and then slowly descended to Xiaoyan's side. Evil soldier. Soul Eater Talisman. Xiaoyan also shrank his pupils tightly, obviously puzzled by these unfamiliar words. Hehe, don't worry, since this Soul Eater talisman has been subdued by you, then I will tell you slowly. The Golden Dragon King said slowly. The ghosts in the ghost world basically have spirit, and the attributes of ghosts are gloomy and weird, so we call the magic weapons in the ghost world evil soldiers. There are a total of 12 evil soldiers in the ghost world, each of which contains the power of terrifying ghost energy. Even in our human world, these 12 evil soldiers are well known. And the rune in your hand is the soul-devouring rune that is famous in the ghost world, Dragon King said without any rush. When Xiaoyan heard this, he also thought deeply. Obviously, the power of the 12 evil soldiers in this ghost world is definitely not trivial. However, at this time, Xiaoyan was not excited, and some were deeply concerned, because of the terrifying power contained in this rune in his hand. It was exactly the same as a ghost. If I use it for a long time, will my mind be contaminated by this evil soldier? You can rest assured. Although this Soul Eater talisman is an evil soldier in the ghost world, it contains extremely terrifying ghost energy, but it will not affect you in the slightest. The Golden Dragon King belongs to Xiaoyan after all. Shizu, Xiaoyan's worries were all in sight, so he said. Hearing this, Xiaoyan was also surprised, because Xiaoyan clearly felt the terrifying ghost in his hand, and with his current self, he could handle it. Because you have soul power and spiritual power. What's more important is that the heavenly fire on your body also has a very strong restraint on this ghost. Although you didn't realize it, when this Soul Eater talisman entered your palm, it was madly pouring into your body, trying to devour you. But it was madly resisted by the heavenly fire in your body. The Golden Dragon King also laughed. Hearing this, Xiaoyan was also suddenly stunned. Could it be that when the stream of light above the soul-suppressing jade monument attacked him, the power of the soul in his body vibrated violently? That was the reason. Although this Soul Eater talisman ranks only 10th in the ghost world, its power is no trivial matter, because it can devour all souls. In other words, this Soul Eater talisman is the biggest nemesis of all soul bodies. The Golden Dragon King. Chapter 252, Soul Eater. The biggest nemesis of the soul body. Xiaoyan was also surprised, because as we all know, the strong Dode can absorb the spiritual energy between heaven and earth to supplement themselves. During battle, even if the body is destroyed, they can rely on the advantages of strong Dode, and the soul can be based on the land of immortality. That is to have the opportunity to condense the body again and be reborn again. When Xiaoyan fought against the Soul Clan Emperor on the Dochi continent before, even if he displayed great means, he still did not kill the Soul Clan Emperor, which was enough to show the tyranny of the Dode. Because of the battle between the Dode powerhouses, unless it is unilaterally suppressed, even with a powerful attack, it is impossible for the Dode powerhouses to instantly destroy their physical and spiritual bodies. At most, it was seriously injured and fell, but at the level of Dode, even if the soul power is too weak, only the body will fall, and if the soul power is no special means, it will still not be killed. Xiaoyan also knew this from his previous battles with Wu Huan, so it is quite difficult to deal with the strong Dode, because even with an attack as strong as Xiaoyan, the only way to deal with Wu Huan is to seriously injure him, and then being escaped by Wu Huan's soul body, but this is undoubtedly a return to the mountain. Xiaoyan believes that he will meet Wu Huan sooner or later. However, even if he encountered it, Xiaoyan was not afraid. He was able to kill Wu Huan before. If he encounters him in the future, then with the Soul Eater talisman in his palm, Wu Huan should be scattered. So after hearing that my master, the Golden Dragon King, said that the Soul Eater talisman in his hand is the biggest nemesis of the soul body, he is also overjoyed. Because the current Xiaoyan's strength has just been promoted, it is impossible to increase his strength in a short period of time. If he has combat power, he has many means. His Annihilation Lotus, Ancient Ruler, and Leapfrog battle is not a bad idea. When it comes to fighting, Xiaoyan's style has always been vigorous and resolute. As long as it is determined that it is an enemy, he will be killed with the power of thunder. End to death? Because Xiaoyan also knew very well that the real battle was a life and death struggle. If there is no winner or one person is killed, then what is waiting for Xiaoyan is the endless pursuit. Although Xiaoyan was not afraid, it was quite troublesome. After all, All Xiaoyan provoked were powerful people. Yes, this Soul Eater talisman is the biggest nemesis of the soul body. The Golden Dragon King also saw Xiaoyan's brief surprise, followed by an uncontrollable joy, because this Soul Eater talisman is what Xiaoyan needs now. Xiaoyan has absolute confidence in his own strength. His strength is enough to kill many powerhouses of the same level. When combined with the magical effect of this soul-devouring talisman, the advantages of the Dota powerhouses will also disappear. Hey, Xiaoyan, don't you know that this Soul Eater talisman was originally controlled by one of the 4 supreme powerhouses in the ghost world, and it can kill the immortal warriors in a flash? The Golden Dragon King also said. Is it possible to kill Docian powerhouses in a turn? Xiaoyan's pupils shrank tightly at this time. Xiaoyan can also imagine the power of the Docian powerhouse with his toes. Although the strength of the 4 supreme powerhouses in this ghost world is definitely not weak, the power of this soul-devouring talisman cannot be ruled out. Soul Eater? Not only the evil soldiers in the ghost world, but also the widely circulated magic in the world. It is because this is the nemesis of the soul body? People who have Soul Eater talisman, to a certain extent, have the power of instant kill? This is a real kill? Even the power of the soul is an absolute instant kill that directly annihilates. This soul-devouring talisman is also the most mysterious evil soldier in the ghost world. I didn't expect it to be left in this soul-suppressing jade tablet. It is also a kind of fate to come to you. Otherwise, this Soul Eater talisman would not attack you so actively, and some special means would inevitably be used at that time. The Golden Dragon King also laughed. It seems that this Soul Eater talisman is really a good thing. Xiaoyan also stared at the emerald green rune in his palm and laughed. Although this is true, your current strength is too weak. According to your soul power, you can devour the soul body of a 6-star Dota powerhouse at most. If you are stronger, it will easily cause backlash against you. The Golden Dragon King is also. He looked at Xiaoyan and said, enough. Xiaoyan's dark brown pupils suddenly returned to a rare color. Receive. Now. Xiaoyan also murmured, only to see the emerald green soul-devouring talisman in his palm retracted and reappeared under Xiaoyan's control. Xiaoyan was also quite satisfied with this. Then Xiaoyan clenched his fist tightly, and then murmured, soul-devouring talisman. When I meet someone like that Wu Huan this time, it shouldn't be a problem to kill them in seconds. Xiaoyan also laughed at this time. From the moment he entered this soul-suppressing well, Xiaoyan knew that this trip would not be too smooth, but until this time, Xiaoyan had not encountered too many strange things, at most the seal blocking the door. This obviously does not conform to common sense. Xiaoyan, who has always been careful, also put away the emerald green Soul Eater talisman in his palm, and then slowly stared around. Xiaoyan saw that the terrifying ghostly aura of the woman in white in the air seemed to have completely swallowed her up, only revealing a pair of bright eyes. It seems that the twin ghost emperors are going to succeed. Xiaoyan also muttered. Senior 9 Soul Monument, do you need any help? Xiaoyan also said in the middle of the red light opposite the woman in white. According to Xiaoyan's perception, the Senior 9 Soul Monument was in the red light. In the middle, a breath is also rising. Hehe, you really have a heart. But I don't need it yet. I also contacted the Silver Moon Wolf in the Infernal Corpse Forest. What you can do is to improve your strength as soon as possible and protect the Soul Eater talisman in your hand. Don't let it fall into the hands of others, especially the people from the ghost world. A rather soft voice sounded in the red light. Yeah, Xiaoyan responded softly, and then looked at the 2 terrifying auras in this space, and also had the intention of retreating. Master, let's go. Xiaoyan also shouted loudly, although there are some medicinal materials and jewelry in this space, but at this time Xiaoyan is too busy to be jealous of these things. The strength of these twin ghost emperors is even Xiaoyan's can't feel a specific measure. Susu, you seem to have something familiar inside you. Leave what's in your body. The terrifying ghostly energy on the woman in white condensed a grimacing face, and then said to Xiaoyan. Afterwards, some extremely thick black gas auras on the face of the terrifying ghost also attacked Xiaoyan. Yura, Mu Feng, run. When Xiaoyan was attacked by the black energy above the terrifying grimace, a wave of terror came from his heart. Then, without looking back, look beyond the space and ignore it. The speed has been increased to the extreme. Hehe, Yingxi, you must not take me too seriously. In the red light, there was the sound of the Nine Souls monument, and then a red light also met the black chasing Xiaoyan. As soon as the two came into contact, it disappeared. Chapter 253, The Cloudy Moon is now, and the Ghost Emperor is born. Outside the door of the seal, Yuera and Mu Feng, who had closed their eyes and rested their minds, listened to Xiaoyan's big drink, but they didn't have time to think. As soon as the two of them left, they saw that the sealed door that was blocking them in front of them shattered instantly, and two completely different forces permeated the sealed door. Then, they saw a milky white flame figure quickly leaving from inside. Rather than leaving, it is better to say escape. Damn it, aren't these twin ghost emperors only half? The strength is so terrifying. Xiaoyan also said in a deep voice while flying. It was obvious that the ghost chi on the woman in white just now was only a little bit less than the last point before it was fully integrated, but the power of the black chi attacking him on the ghost face was very terrifying. According to Xiaoyan's guess, even a 5-star Do powerhouse would know that power. When he was seriously injured and fell, he immediately threw a touch of gratitude towards the Nine Souls monument. If it hadn't been for the Nine Soul monument shot at a critical moment, then, although I couldn't say that I fell on the spot, I would definitely be injured. After all, there are still 4 days left before the points-grabbing competition. What is in there? How can this aura be so terrifying? Mu Feng also discovered the terrifying aura behind Xiaoyan, but he didn't have time to think about it, so he had to go out and talk about it. Xiaoyan finally, Yuera and Mu Feng were in front, and the three quickly fled. Come on. Tianhuoshengu also felt that a terrifying fluctuation in the deepest part of the soul-suppressing well was slowly waking up, and immediately shouted to Mu Yingying. Then, regardless of the fluctuation, picking up Mu Yingying was a 100-meter sprint, and went out of the soul-suppressing well. Mu Yingying's slightly unhappy beautiful eyes also disappeared cleanly when she felt the breath in the depths of the soul requiem well. Is that the powerhouse in the ghost world? Mu Yingying said slightly. However, Mu Yingying also understood the situation at the time, and her speed was increasing. The azure flame was constantly attached to her body, and she was on the back of the heavenly fire sacred tiger, heading for the exit. At this time, the first and second floors of the infernal corpse forest are like no one, and there is no human breath at all. It's just that the first and second floors of the infernal corpse forest are full of ghosts. They have different shapes, but without exception, their bodies are covered with extremely terrifying ghost aura. More importantly, their pupils are all staring at the sky of the corpse forest. Above the sky in the corpse forest, there is a bright moon. It's just that this bright moon is different from ordinary ones. The color of this bright moon is gray, a dead gray like death. Under the illumination of the moonlight above the sky, the numerous ghosts in the corpse forest have also grown by leaps and bounds. Ouch! Roar! The infernal corpse forest at this time was already chaotic. The cloudy moon appears, the ghost emperor is born. It seems that the twin ghost emperors have broken through the seal. I don't know what happened to the Nine Soul monument. Nine Soul monument, adding the Yunitian Lang, the twin ghost emperors are not without a chance. Cheng Yu, a man in red robe, also said. Damn it. A step late. Wu Zhang also raised his head to look at the moon above the sky, and also understood what to do next. Hu Du also said solemnly. What else can I do? You can only wait. Shen Yu also said. Although Shen Yu was a bit harsh, his nature was not bad after all. Wu Zhang also brought him in, leaving only a few people to guard the periphery. How did this place become like this? The ghost is getting more and more serious. Even the grudge in our body is slowly eroding. This ghost. A thin humane beside Chu Huaniao said. Sky. Another attendant also exclaimed. This is. Wenyan Chu Huaniao also raised her head to look at the sky. Overcast moon. Damn it, this kind of rare thing will be encountered by us. From now on, don't look other people's points, and find the contestants to get together. Also, save your vindictive energy. Chu Huaniao finished speaking, and walked towards the direction of the soul-suppressing well. This. Luo Guang was also surprised. It is said that in the corpse forest, every 1,000 years, there will be a scene called the Yin Moon. When the corpse comes, the power of the ghosts in the whole corpse forest will be improved to varying degrees, and vice versa. To suppress our vindictiveness. It's troublesome now, said a woman next to Luo Guang, and then she bit her lips. Shabu shabu. Luo Guang also understood the seriousness of the matter at this time, and then took out the participation token in his hand. At this time, he didn't care about the ranking of the points-grabbing competition. Why is it useless? Luo Guang questioned. Obviously. When he participated in the competition, he said that if something happened in the corpse forest, as long as the token was crushed, it could be sent out. It's useless. Now the entire Yin corpse forest is shrouded in a cloudy moon. You can only enter but not exit. And I can feel that the disappearance of the people we participated in this point looting competition should have something to do with the ghosts in the corpse forest. Maybe they arrested us as sacrifices. The woman also said. What should I do now? Luo Guang said helplessly. Although he has a strong defense, his brain is not very bright. I feel the breath of Wujiang and the others. They should be here to solve this problem. Let's go. The woman walked up after she said that. Damn it. It's actually a cloudy moon. A woman with an enchanting figure also said viciously, and then there were many small snakes constantly going back and forth on her body. Owner. The breath of the twin ghost emperors is so powerful. The silver-blue thunder wolf king was also afraid. After all, he is only a 5th rank beast of the emperor rank, only comparable to the human 5-star strong Dode. I'm going down. What should come is still coming. Xiaoyu also said with a solemn expression. But this Xiaoyan is really beyond my surprise. Not only did he conquer the dragon soul in the secret realm, but he also got the treasure in this soul-suppressing jade tablet. I'm jealous of that thing. It's just that the 9-soul monument is too stingy. Xiaoyu also laughed, and then fell directly into the soul-suppressing well. Hong Yi, let's go. Looking at this battle, Yin Evil should have come out. Let's go meet him. This time, I will let you all come back. Yuquan also said viciously, but at this time, Yuquan's strength has changed drastically. Hong Yi also didn't speak, and followed Yuquan down the ghost town. Sir Yingxi, you can't be in trouble. Xiaoyan has been swallowed up by this secluded spring, sir, can you? Genki Jingkao, the ghost spirit also said slowly, and then threw himself down. As these people entered one after another, the ghost town at this time was going to be quiet. Chapter 254, War is Coming. At this time in the Yin corpse forest, the wind was whistling, the surroundings were dark, and the black gas was constantly fluttering around slowly, like countless dead souls crying, looking eerie. If there is no overcast moon shining, then there is no difference between black and white in the corpse forest at this time. The whole corpse forest looks gloomy, dark and cold. Xiaoyan and Yuero also escaped from the ghost town and came to a hill on the 3rd floor. Xiaoyan glanced at the two of them and said solemnly, "This is the infernal corpse forest, and today is a rare dark moon in thousands of years. This infernal corpse forest is different from our world. Such a place may be beneficial to a ghost, otherwise how can it be called a ghost realm? So be careful." Xiaoyan, what exactly is in there? Mu Feng also asked curiously. I don't know what's in there. I only know that there is a very terrifying figure inside, surrounded by ghosts. The strength is extremely terrifying. I am afraid that it is even worse than Wujiang's uncle. Xiaoyan also said. There may be a terrifying ghost sealed in there. The ghosts that can be sealed by this ghost town are at least at the level of ghost emperors. Seeing that Xiaoyan didn't know, Mu Feng didn't take it seriously. After all, very few people knew about ghosts. Yuero also bit her lips slightly. Apparently she had just escaped from the ghost town and saw the cloudy moon in the sky. The inheritor of Yuero has light with the moonlight, so under the illumination of the moonlight, the blessing to Yuero is also huge. Hey, did you succeed? Xiaoyan was also staring at the ghost town well. At this time, at the entrance of the town ghost well, extremely thick ghost energy continued to emerge. Obviously something terrifying was about to be born. At this moment, a massive black blood mist instantly filled the sky above the ghost town. With the entrance of the ghost town as the center, it exuded a terrifying and eerie atmosphere, which was very terrifying. What is that? Mu Feng was also like a curious baby. Just after the words were finished, he started the exercise to explore the black blood mist. Mu Feng, stop it. Xiaoyan didn't notice Mu Feng's movements at first, but when he turned around, he saw Mu Feng's movements and couldn't help but hurriedly speak. According to Xiaoyan's guess, that black blood mist should be the twin ghost emperor's Yingxi. Although Xiaoyan does not know the specific strength of Yingxi, according to his master Dragon King, the 9-soul monument is already a 7-star Dode powerhouses, ghost emperors who can be suppressed by 7-star Dode powerhouses. Their strength will only be more terrifying. With an exclamation, Mu Feng's whole body was shaken out of the zhang without any precautions, and he stepped back several steps before he stabilized his body. Mu Feng's pale face, with a look of horror in his eyes, exclaimed, "Everyone, be careful, this is the Ghost Emperor." At this time, the entire dark ghost town wellhead has completely changed, and the dark stone layer on the surface has all turned into dust, revealing the dark and dazzling body inside. The Ghost Emperor in Mu Feng's mouth looked like a man, and his entire body was the same size as an ordinary person, but there were some different colors in the man's eyes, which were quite inconsistent with the black aura on his body. A very terrifying breath came out. Immediately afterwards, a burst of harsh shouting sounded all around. Only to hear the Ghost Emperor suddenly laugh. It has been thousands of years, and today, with the help of the power of the Yin Moon, the ban has finally been broken. Haha, no one can control it from now on. Stay with me. Waiting, Xiaoyan, I will go back sooner or later and take care of you. Haha, I want the entire ghost world to submit to my feet and be ruled by me. The terrifying voice of the twin ghost emperors also spread to the third floor of the entire corpse forest. Why did the twin ghost emperors become male again? Didn't they use women as the carrier before? Xiaoyan was also quite puzzled. At this time, in the third floor of the infernal corpse forest, countless people were terrified. Because just from this breath, you know the horror of this black blood mist. Even a powerhouse as strong as Mu Yingying, the peak of the 4-star Dode, has no plans at all. Hehe, Yin Xie, you are really healed, you forget the pain. An old man also slowly appeared in the sky. The old man had a kind face and a smile that complemented his slightly short stature. But for such a middle-aged old man, the aura emanating from his thin body is extremely terrifying. Susu. 9. Soul Monument, you are really haunted. Yin Xie also showed his face, but he wore a mask on his face to cover his true appearance. Ha ha ha, I was originally protecting you, to prevent you from breaking through the seal. The 9-soul steel also smiled slightly. Since you are so stubborn, the seal and suppression for thousands of years should be retrieved from you first. I'll let the whole Xian Santian pay for the rest. Yin Xie also laughed strangely. Haha, then let's see if you have the ability. The 9-soul monument also snorted coldly. The original smile also instantly stalemate, and the terrifying red doqi instantly covered the whole body. 7-star Dode. You, old ghost, actually broke through the 7-star Do Emperor. Yin Xie, who was a little proud, also stopped smiling. Over the years, we have to make some breakthroughs, so as not to be laughed at by future generations. The 9-soul steel also snorted slightly. 7-star Dode. But that's not enough. Yin Xie also snorted coldly, and then a black blood mist emanated from his body. Although the 9-soul monument has broken through the 7-star Dode, Yin Xie is not afraid. After all, his strength is comparable to that of him. The powerhouse of the 7-star Dode of human, and it is still a cloudy moon. He has an absolute increase in himself. How can this kind of battle be without me? A hearty laughter also appeared in the sky. Silver Moon Wolf King. This is about me and the 9-soul monument. If you intervene, I will never let you escape. Yin Xie also snorted coldly. Haha, I've heard about the sinister name of the twin ghost emperors, and when I saw it today, it really lives up to its reputation. After Xiao Yu finished speaking, her aura also soared. Another 7-star fighting emperor. Are you sure about it now? The 9-souls monument also said coldly. It's barely okay, but if you want to punish me, it's obviously a little worse. Yin Xie deserves to have a fierce reputation, and even in this situation, there is no fear. Go. It has just broken the seal and its strength has not recovered yet. Don't waste time with it. Soul Monument Tablet snorted coldly and said to Xiao Yu next to him. Yeah. Xiao Yu agreed, and prepared to attack this evil spirit with the 9-soul monument. At this time, on the third floor of the Yin Corpse Forest, Xiaoyan, Mu Yingying, Xu Huaniao, plus the snake-controlling woman and Luo Guang's Wu Jiang's team, all had eyes staring at the sky. 2 7-star Dode fight against twin ghost emperors. A war is about to. Chapter 255, Double 7-Star Dodi Ghost Emperor. The battle in the sky is imminent. The Soul Monument exudes red flame energy, and Xiaoyu exudes a silver energy. Yin Xie also seemed to have noticed that the two were attacking him with a very turbulent aura. His pupils shrank tightly, and the ghost energy all over his body also spun at a high speed. It's not advisable to stay here for a long time. Let's get rid of them first, and wait until the evil Yin is integrated. Yin Evil also has a plan, and then does not plan to fight hard. After all, he has just broken through the seal, just assimilated the woman, and his strength has not yet returned to its peak, so it is quite difficult to deal with 2 7-star Dode. Ghost Painter. Yin Xie shouted loudly, and did not wait for the two to shoot first, but made the first shot by himself. As the evil spirits shouted down, the strange black energy in the entire sky suddenly condensed into a huge palm, whistling away towards Xiaoyu. In the huge black palm, there is an amazing power, which makes the lips of everyone under the sky dry slightly. Yingxi is also clear, although the 9 Souls Monument and Xiaoyu are both 7-star Dode, there is no doubt that the 9 Souls Monument is more powerful, so it is also the first to attack Xiaoyu. Xiaoyu didn't expect this evil to be so decisive. Seeing this terrifying giant hand attacking her, she didn't panic. The handprint was slightly knotted, and the space around her was squirming. The next moment, Xiaoyu suddenly disappeared, and the terrifying giant hand also fluttered into the air. The next moment, another space in the sky wiggled slightly, and Xiaoyu also appeared. The strength of this evil is even stronger. Although he had just avoided the attack of the evil with ease, Xiaoyu also knew that if it wasn't for her own special means of traveling through space, it would be quite difficult to deal with it, because the power contained in the black gas giant hand is very terrifying and strange. Pick me up. Soul Monument Steel was not idle either. When Yingxi attacked Xiaoyu, the figure moved and came to Yingxi in an instant, and then a palm with terrifying power also attacked with a bang on the evil body. Boom boom boom. The terrifying fluctuations spread out in an instant, leading to circles of terrifying ripples, but although the attack of the 9 Soul Monument was powerful, the attack obviously fell on the ghost blood mist of the evil spirits, and did not cause too much damage to the evil spirits. Big damage. Yin Xie also looked a little bad after using the ghost energy in his body to take the blow of the 9 Souls Monument. Obviously, the blow of the 9 Souls Monument was not so easily resolved, and there were still some small forces that passed through him. The ghost chi and blood mist attacked the evil body. Susu. Old ghost, you are courting death. Yin Xie was obviously a little angry, but he didn't expect the attack of the 9 Soul Monument to be so powerful. Go. Yin Xie was angry, and then an extremely dark chain also spread out from the black blood mist, whistling away at Xiaoyu. Xiang. When the terrifying chains attacked her, a sword appeared out of thin air in Xiaoyu's hand, then her eyes closed slightly, and then suddenly opened again. Suddenly the purple sword in her hand burst out with a monstrous breath, and in one fell swoop the evil chains of terror are blocked. Be careful, the strength of this evil spirit should not be underestimated. The 9 Soul Monument also said. Then Xiaoyu also looked at the 9 Souls Monument. The 9 Souls Monument seemed to understand Xiaoyu's thoughts and nodded knowingly. This sinister method. How is it so similar to the Soul Clan on Dochi continent? At this time, Xiaoyan was also surprised. I have fought countless times with the Soul Clan on the Dochi continent, and I am quite familiar with the methods of the Soul Clan, so I will definitely not go wrong. Damn it. There must be some connection between the ghosts in this ghost world and the Soul Clan. Xiaoyan also shrank his pupils tightly, and then stared at the battle in the sky. Yingxi, I know your strength is good, but if that's the case, you can't escape the seal. The 9 Soul Steel also snorted coldly. Humph. Then try it. Yin Xie also snorted coldly, and his momentum did not weaken at all. The black blood mist around his body became more intense, and an extremely dark chain constantly wandered around him. You are bloodthirsty, and you have already fallen into a place of doom. You can't escape today. The 9 Souls Monument continued. You are bloodthirsty, and you have already fallen into a place of doom. You can't escape today. The 9 Souls Monument continued. He, you old man is really talking nonsense. After Yin Xie finished speaking, his pupils shrank tightly, and the pitch-black chains around him attacked the Nine-Soul Monument. The dark chains carry extremely terrifying power, which contains the power of erosion. The Soul Monument and Xiaoyu both understand that once they are locked by these chains, the end will be extremely miserable. The strength of this evil Yingxi is more than that. He seems to be waiting for something. Cheng Yu also said thoughtfully, but looking at the two 7-star Do-Di powerhouses in the sky, Cheng Yu did not intend to take action. After all, the two also deal with this evil. Sufficient. Moreover, Cheng Yu also knew that this time, things were definitely not that simple. The evil yin and the two ghosts in the Red Mountain Cold Pond had not yet appeared, so they had to be careful to hide them. Come on. Muller also discovered the battle in the sky, and immediately summoned the ghosts around him and the people from Red Valley to move forward here. Muller knew that the strength of the twin ghost emperors was more terrifying than the evil yin of Hanshi, so he also wanted to help the twin ghost emperors, first to show goodwill to the twin ghost emperors, and secondly to use the twin ghost emperors the power to get rid of Xiaoyan. Kill two birds with one stone? I don't know Xiaoyan, where did Yuquan and the others go? Muller was also puzzled. Apparently they hadn't seen them since they entered the ghost town, where the twin ghost emperors were sealed. A ghostly ghost. Muller was also on the move, and suddenly saw an illusory figure swerving away, and when he looked closely, it was a ghostly ghost. This shocked Muller. Although Muller is narrow-minded, he dare not offend this ghostly ghost, because whether it is the ghost or the ghost, they are the big reds around the twin ghost emperors. Muller doesn't have the guts. Moreover, the strength of the ghosts of the secluded spring and the ghost spirits is also very strong. Cough cough cough. I'm fine, let's go meet up with Lord Yingxi first. The ghostly ghost coughed a few times. Obviously, the heavy hand under Yuquan did not completely heal the wounds of the ghostly ghost. Let's go. After he finished speaking, he also said humanely to the back. The ghosts in the back also calmed down when they saw the ghosts and ghosts coming back. They should be very dissatisfied with Muller's finger-pointing. How could a human in the early stage of the 4-star Do-Di be so weak to point fingers at them? Although this human being has some indescribable relationship with some strong people in the ghost world, it does not mean that the ghost will be convinced. It's just that the eyes of some of the strong men in Honggu are constantly communicating, as if they have some plans. However, on the frontal battlefield, just when the evil Yingxi launched an attack to attack the Nine-Soul Monument, an extremely terrifying force suddenly emerged from Xiaoyu, who had been staying in midair, and then an extremely loud voice echoed throughout the entire infernal corpse forest. Blood Moon Kill.
Hi. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get updated on my latest video. Thank you for watching.